Buddy, for waking up with us this morning, just to kind of dive into this. Justin, yeah, thank you for the intro. I've been in this business, about right about like kind of going on 4 years, and I started this practice right about halfway into year one. Really, I guess I got deep into it just from going through one of our Keller Williams programs called Bold, a lot of that is just about mindset protection overall. And so when it just came to the act of journaling, I realized that there was just some real power in it to just be able to write things down and look at it objectively, right? It gives the opportunity just to see maybe problems or things that I might be working through in like my personal life, in business, in family, what have you. And by writing it down, I was literally able to look at it from just a third perspective, right? Like I found that if you're too close to something, you can't really see it, right? So having it written down in front of you, even though it's your problem or it might be my problem, it was beneficial for me then to go ahead and write that down. There was a few practices that I was able to then kind of piggyback off of, and put in place, writing out gratitude. If you're big into, like, say, affirmations, that's a good place to start as well. I think the one big takeaway for one thing is, like, there's no right or wrong way to do it, right? I'm just going to kind of explain a little bit about how I do it and some of the framework that I use, so that if you maybe don't journal, that might be just a good place, helpful framework to start off of. One thing I'd say, like, when it comes to just picking your journal, there's no right or wrong thing about it, right? It should just be uniquely yours. So whether that's big, small, it should be comfortable to you. It should be a size and maybe style that you like, that you'll actually use and that you'll take with you, right? Like, for example, like, this is mine, little moleskin journal my dad got me, like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, kind of thing. But I take it with me pretty much everywhere. It's kind of becomes that, like, when you're leaving the house and I need my keys, my wallet, my phone, knife, pen, journal, it just goes wherever. If I go with my wife to the grocery store, like, it's going to be there. Because I found, like, too often we'll go around or through the day and you'll come across maybe a unique idea, an interesting quote, a new personal discovery, and we'll just mentally tell ourselves, oh, I've got to remember that. And then maybe you do, but likely the day rolls and then that might just be totally lost. So by having something there with you, I guess you could do it on your phone, but I've always found putting it to paper just makes it more tangible and more real. Some rules of thumb I try to use as well when it comes to mindset for the day. Staying off social media, at least till lunch, is a big one. That's probably the hardest piece to overcome, honestly. Was just it's so easy for us just, like, roll out of bed and pop onto Facebook or Instagram and kind of see what's going on in the world. But that was a game changer for me, was just to try to proactively stay off of social media, at least until lunch, because there's a lot of just what I would call recreational outrage out there. People that'll get onto social media and look for something to be angry at. And then too often we'll just see something that will in turn spark us. So that's a big piece, I guess, for me when it comes to it. I always like to start my process just looking for spaces for inspiration. So spots that I personally go to that I found, like, helpful. There's going to be there's one called, like, the Daily Stoic, which is an app. You can have it'll send you just a little quote at kind of the start of the day. These are guys like, Plato, Marcus Aurelius, Greek philosophers, Greek and Roman philosophers, that just had interesting perspectives on things. So, I mean, for me, mine today was just the beginning is the most important part of the work. It was just by Plato. And for me, that applies throughout everything, right? That applies even to here, just to like journaling, right? It's just the beginning is always just the most important part, just getting started, taking action. There's certainly the Bible. I'm not a super religious person, but I do like certain parts of it. So Proverbs particularly kind of goes along in that mindset piece, because a lot of that's just being how to be a good person. And so maybe I'll dive into the Bible and look into Proverbs. I'm big onto some motivational speakers. So like Jim Rohn or Eric Thomas are both great for just getting your mindset in the right space to going into your day. Can I screen share on here?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, just so I'll like kind of go through, because I've got a couple things I just wrote it out. I figure I might as well just talk about some power questions.
Awesome, and I've shared that guide in the chat. So while Cory's pulling that up, we've got a guide with these questions and with the practice and some of the outline from when we've done this talk previously for internally on our team, which is what inspired us to do it today. So yeah, if you click that Drive link, you should be able to download a copy of this, and I'll throw that in the comments in the Facebook posts where y'all found this.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can bring this up, and I apologize for a little tech.
Can you talk to us about gratitude, Cory?
Yeah, absolutely, because that's a big part of it. My computer's blocking me here. Just by putting it out, things that you're grateful for, and putting it into your journal. So let me just kind of pull up an example, and this can be anything, but I found that if you even just want to change your mindset in the middle of the day, if you find yourself going down maybe a dark spot, or you think like the world's falling down, my business problem, I've got life issues, things like that, taking the minute just to breathe and think of the things that you're grateful for right then. I'm grateful that it's a beautiful day outside. I'm grateful that I woke up today, taking a new fresh breath. I'm grateful for my family and the love and support that I know that I have all around me, right? Just saying that to yourself, picking like 5 things, you will notice a difference immediately. It's chemically induced in your brain by making that switch and practicing gratitude. You will immediately feel better. I can guarantee that. That's a big piece for just heading into the day overall, is saying that, I'm grateful to maybe have another closing if you're in real estate, or because that's another opportunity to serve others. So for my practice, will write out my gratitude and what that does for me. So if today I'm grateful to have another closing, another opportunity to serve others and provide for my family. I'm grateful for my health and the energy it gives me. I'm grateful for the lessons and hardships as they come. There's always growth and opportunities there. I'm grateful for the kindness of others. I'm grateful for the opportunities that flow my way. And just by going through that process will immediately flip a piece. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So then that kind of dives into just some power questions. This is big. So I try, right? I'm not perfect on it, but I do like to try to go to my journal as like a twice a day activity. 10 minutes, is usually fine. Starting out with gratitude, because it does immediately create a good mindset piece, and some good power questions or some examples we have on here. So like, what am I happy about in my life today? What am I excited about? What am I proud of in my life today? What am I grateful for? What am I enjoying most? What am I committed to doing today? Who do I love? And who loves me today? You can simply pick one of those questions and expand upon. I like to try to pick two or three, but like start with one, right? And just kind of dive into it as a way, and you'll be immediately surprised at how your attitude, how your mindset will shift on a given day. Yeah. Any questions so far? Because I know I just kind of spitting out a lot.
How did you get started, Cory? Did you start doing it twice a day, or did you start with?
No,
Okay.
That's a great question, right? So I just started it like once a day. I started just in the mornings, like now, right? Get up just as part of like my morning routine. So I'll wake up, right? Have a glass of water, do a little workout, just kind of get going, move my body a bit. And then from there, I'll sit down and say after my workout, shower, dress, sit down, have some coffee, break out the journal and just start writing it out. And so I use like this kind of framework because it helped me get started. And then from there, I mean, again, there's no right or wrong way. So if you just want to use it as a brain dump to then just get it out and move, that's totally, fine. My wife's cousin, who's an Olympic athlete, he keeps two college rule spiral bound like notebooks, one of which keeps all of his times in it. The other one is literally just a brain dump. And when he gets through it, he throws it away. He doesn't save it or anything. Like I found that nuts because like I'll go back to my notes and see where I was, what was successful, what wasn't successful, a year ago, a week ago, because for me, there's gold there. But again, it's
Gold medalist Olympic athlete.
Yeah, gold medalist.
So it's not very the record break.
Yeah. Caleb is very special. Caleb Dressel is an Olympic swimmer, like 5 golds this last Olympics. Very super impressive, right? But that guy's big on just protecting his mindset, the sweetest, most humble guy out there. But I mean, he puts it into practice. For him, it's a brain dump. It's just a space to go and write and throw it away. So there's no right or wrong way. I'm just kind of here going over a little framework for kind of what's worked for me and what helped me get started in it. From there, I usually will go into just my affirmations, and these I frame out with, these are choices by using the starting like I am or I choose, right? So like I choose to have a positive impact on those around me. I choose not to let others impact my attitude. I choose to be strong and to provide for my family. And then maybe I am, right? I am a great salesperson. I am relentless. I am willing. I am wired to win. That's my favorite I am affirmation to say to myself. I am wired to win. I am not my thoughts. I am what I do. Being cognizant of like, it is just your actions at the end of the day, right? To get it done. I'm not what might be going on even in my head. It's my actions on that. So how do I use my mindset to get my actions right? My intentions for that day. What do I choose to have happen today? And then go from there, right? I choose to, say if you're in sales, make my calls, or I choose to have a great day with my family if it's going to be a family day out. What am I excited about in my life? And then going into it just at the end of the day is kind of another way to wind down and just check in, right? So I'll ask myself some power questions there, right? How did I help people today? What did I learn today? How has today added to the quality of my life? Or how has today affected me towards my goals, right? What have I done today that will lead towards success in my goals? That's kind of some big help. I don't know if there's maybe any questions or anything in there.
I've got 2 I want to share with you. There's one that we've talked about before, is if we're ever stuck on gratitude, the question that on the team we ask ourselves is, what if you only woke up tomorrow with the things you were grateful for today?
Sure.
And then I have found I start getting very granular. It almost becomes like a packing list of what are the things in my life that I need to, well, I'd want water and electricity and things I never would normally put down, like gas in the car, right? Like what's the minimum I would need to like just to have a functional life? And the list is pretty long.
Yeah.
And then can you just share your affirmation? Because I see you fill the notebook writing this one out. What's
Yes,
the
I do. So
affirmation?
it's a little nuts sometimes, but I will write out in my journal. I have to go back because yesterday was a pretty full day for logging this. But I will write out in my journal, usually on like the backside of a page. And it's spooky, I guess, in terms of like how these impact. But in my journal, I'll write out a whole page of amazing real. For me, it's amazing real estate deals flow to me easily, abundantly, and frequently. Just like a kid writing on a chalkboard for like punishment, right? But like I will proactively write out just amazing real estate deals flow to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. I'll write out just one page, right? Just one side of a page, or 30 something times. And it's kind of spooky how just putting that to paper and putting that out into the universe, that will in turn return. Those are the days, the days that I don't want to do it, and then I do it, are the days that I start getting phone calls to come list me. Hey, I want to come buy this. Hey, I want to get this investment. Those are the times that I'm just getting that call. So like speaking that out into the universe, I'll say the secret's real. What you kind of put out there, if you're putting out positivity and you're putting out that energy, the universe does it. To me, it speaks back to you for sure. It might not be like right then, but enough energy out there, it inevitably returns. It's pretty powerful.
And can you share with us before we let everyone go? We want to respect your time. Is just what's the trajectory of your business been like? Walk us through the last year, because that's why I wanted you to do this, because I've seen a tangible difference, and I can see the difference when you do it in the morning. Like I'm like, oh, this guy is unstoppable.
Yeah. So for me, I kind of, I guess for the numbers' sake, my first year, I started in February. I didn't really have like my first sale until June, and then it was June through December I did about 3 million in volume, and then the following year I did just under 8, and then now this year I'm on track to close 10 to 11 million this year. So it's like just consistent work at it through all things, right? This is just one part of the puzzle, but certainly there's just applications in business. But this in turn has protected my mindset in such a way that it gives me the confidence to go out and speak with people and be humble and be engaging. And that in turn to me is like led to more business, right? It's, like TLC, trustability, likability. Let's see.
It was chilly. Everyone remembers T-Boz and Left Eye, but it was chilly. No, and what does that look like in terms of number of deals? Because some people are in markets like Kendrick might do 3 million, and he's up in Jersey, sure, and 5 deals. What does that look like?
So that was first year was like 18 sales for that, like June to December, mm-hmm, and then I scaled that to 33, and then last year was like 55. And this year will probably be about the same kind of repeat. I've written a lot of volume. On paper, like I'm a stud, but this market is nuts for sure. I've probably written 12 or 15 million this year, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy market. So like just getting it there is where it is, competitive. So yeah.
Before we thank you. Before we let everyone go, I just love to hear one takeaway or what's one thing you're all going to implement. Adrian, what's the takeaway you have before we get off today?
I put it on Facebook because that's me. He said, I am not my thoughts. I am what I do. And it messed me up over here. So that's my takeaway.
I love it. Thank you. Lisa, how about you?
Good morning. Good morning. Me is the journaling because I do the 5-minute journaling, but I'm not consistent with it. And I even went to the digital format of it. So just getting back and remembering the change I felt when I was journaling and going back and reflecting on those thoughts throughout the day. So just getting back, doing it consistently.
Well, we're so glad you joined us. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Kendrick, Kendrick from New Jersey, South Jersey? How about you, sir?
He said something about the universe. So when you journal and you're doing these affirmations, how you're going to be in tune with that and things will come to you if you're very consistent with journaling.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Liz, my friend, up in Detroit. How about you?
To start your day, actually like audibly listing your gratitude and not just like writing it down or thinking about it, because then you do put it out into the universe and it will become a thing.
No, I think that's fantastic. And Jamie, how about you, sir? If he's still on, might not be. All right, all good. My big takeaway from this, Cory, from listening to this again, was just those I choose statements. You know, it's not something I put. I do gratitude lists, but those I choose statements. I love that I choose to be strong and provide for my family, or I choose to have a positive impact to those around me. That's my big takeaway, remembering that if I'm in a situation where there's darkness and there's not light and there's not happiness, then maybe I'm there because I'm supposed to be the one that brings it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. You want to take us out, Cory? Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Certainly, if you ever want to have just a more in-depth conversation, you want to do a deep dive, please go ahead and just reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help however I can. Right, this was a game changer for me in my life and in my business. It's still something in practice, right? I'm not perfect in hitting it like every day. Like it's a practice, but it is a good thing to have and do for yourself. It's really great for your mindset. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Is that the view from the porch of the new house he's moved into?
Yeah, it. This view
it.
from the back porch. It's a beautiful.
Secret is real.
Secret
is real.
Yep.
That glow up. Good, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will. So that link is in the chat. If you didn't grab it, I'll drop that link to the document we were sharing. This Protect Your Mindset Guide. So you can go back through and the power questions and affirmations are in there. I'll put that in Facebook. And be excellent today, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you.
See ya. Thank you so much.